Hello, hello Virgo. Welcome to your August 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Virgo. And go ahead, take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. And like this video as well if you care to like it. If you don't, that's cool too. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing if you would like more readings, more content, more good stuff from me, and check out the podcast if you're interested. That's listed in the description box. So yeah, all sorts of cool metaphysical stuff in there. And I'm gonna lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let's start with the truth bomb for you. We have face the terror of never getting what you want. It will free up your power to go get it. Yeah, so this is one of the things that's really counterintuitive. It's like this is the type of stuff that people don't want to look at. But regret can be such a powerful motivation to take action. I highly recommend that you really consider the true risks and rewards of taking action on something that's important to you. Is there really as great of a risk in taking the leap or taking action on something relative to staying complacent? Like, really weigh that out for yourself. And then we also have fog. So don't expect August to bring a ton of clarity necessarily. It's gonna be more of a month where you're just kind of pushing yourself off the ledge is what I'm getting from this tone already. We're gonna see how this plays into it, but it's kind of like you don't want to focus on how fast you're getting results or how fast you're getting what you want. What you actually want to be consistent with is just continuing to take action regardless of the fear that comes up. And then we also have vitality, protect your energy, invite life-affirming relationships, release energy, vampires, honor your body's requests. Okay, so here this seems like all of this is in service of your vitality. So I think that if you've been feeling really sluggish or really burnt out or weighed down or anything like that, the path to you getting clear and the path to you getting more energy is this right here. Just pushing yourself more, facing the terror of not getting what you want and allowing that to drive you. So it's kind of like August is going to be a better risk month for you is what I'm getting here. Let's see what the central energy is. We have the Three of Wands. So you're kind of putting your magic into, and what I mean by that is your life force energy, into your plans for the future. So this seems like a long game that you're investing in, not a short game. That's why I'm saying the fog card, don't expect everything to make sense this month. That's what the fog card is representing. So for you, the Three of Wands, while it is about looking off into the future, looking into the distance and kind of putting your energy into building and creating that, it's something that is going to, just give it time to bake. And then the crossing energy, we have the Queen of Chalices. Really move forward with your feelings. That's going to be a big focus. Your feelings have the wisdom. It has the information that you need. If you want something, if your heart is getting tugged to do something, that's worth paying attention to. Follow the feelings and they're going to be able to carry you. And when I say follow the feelings, I mean of whatever it is you desire. Okay, so it's so long as you're not hurting others, you're not going to go wrong, right? Okay, and then the shifting out energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I think that there was a lot of instability or feelings like things were up in the air, or, the Wheel of Fortune is just kind of a wild card. It's a little bit more unpredictable than others in tarot. So I'm getting that you're actually coming out of that uncertainty. And this to me looks like you're taking deliberate action moving forward. And again, you have free will. You don't have to do any of that. You know, I probably remind you of that. But this is truly a month where you can come out of feeling uncertain, feeling like you don't know what you're doing, and the action is going to give you the feedback that you need. You were probably wavering or really tangled up in your feelings or in your thoughts or in, you know, I call them earth problems or the material world. And so this seems like there's a shift out where you're dealing way more with the energetics and kind of the blueprint of the situation rather than what you have sitting in front of you. The oncoming energy is the Four of Wands. Okay, so maybe this is a card that shows a reason to celebrate. I very much like this energy sitting in the oncoming position. This is the happy home card. This is you feeling super grounded. So anything regarding your physical living space, it seems like that's really going to be moving forward. You're going to see some momentum there. Or this is just about your plans or the things that you've been working on with this Three of Wands, because it's like you're putting in the effort and then you can expect this Four of Wands to be the payoff to you following your feelings, to you taking action, like this Three of Wands and the Queen of Chalices suggests. So this is a nice gift that you're being given, and it's all constructed by you energetically. So that's a nice progression. The outward manifestation is the Ten of Wands. So maybe you're feeling overwhelmed or like you're never going to get there, or there's just too much to take care of. And remember that this is an illusion. This is you dealing with the earth problems, right? The material world. And it can be really irritating, but that's why the shift that you're making is for you to focus on the energetics of the situation rather than the material, because that's what's going to get you tangled up in the overwhelm. So as they say, if you don't have time to meditate, meditate twice. And I like that joke because that's what this is saying, is like you need to pull your energy away from the over-tasking, over-functioning, and instead collect yourself so that you can follow your feelings. If you're totally not listening to what your body is saying, I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I promise I'm not. If you're ignoring your body, you're not going to know what moves to make. You're going to stay tangled up. If you're honoring your body's requests, as it said in the Vitality card, then you're going to be able to take aligned action. But you have to get quiet enough, and you have to put all of the tasking aside for enough time for you to get clear and focused so that you can actually see what's going on. And remember, if you pull your energy away, you fill your tank, you listen to your body, this stuff is going to just dissipate. It's going to smooth out. In the subconscious, we have the Six of Pentacles, reciprocity, give and take. I think you understand fully that what you give to yourself, you get back tenfold. It's an absolute worthwhile investment for you to care for yourself, for you to do things for yourself, for you to nurture yourself at this time and pursue the things that feel good. This is making that really clear in the subconscious. It's kind of like you already know what it is that you're building and creating. I am going to clarify. Six of Swords. So there's still movement to be had, and you're well aware of that. It's not something that's over and done with right this moment. It might be a little bit more of a process than you're realizing right now. That's okay. This is just about the reciprocation and the understanding of, okay, what I put in is what I get out, and also what I give to myself is what I have. So that's the sweet spot right there, and this is going to propel you forward and get you into a place where things are smoother, easier, and like I said, this Four of Wands is a really good oncoming energy to have sitting here right now. So the advice for you in August is the Eight of Swords. Understand that the only prison that exists is mental. So if you're feeling like you're out of moves, if you're feeling like you have no place to go, understand that it is a mental experience. It doesn't mean that solutions don't exist. While the material world can reflect back to you that things are not going your way, or that things are really overwhelming, or that it's really stressful, or nothing's working in your favor, right? You can be getting all of that material feedback, but that's not where you should be energetically putting your money, so to speak. So just to be aware of kind of the overthinking, over-processing, Virgo-ness. And that's because that's going to be what bites you, is if you get so tangled up in overthinking that you either don't take action or you're spooked. So this is where I'm just reminding you that infinite solutions, infinite possibilities exist, and you want to put money into the ones that are really going to support you, not ones that are going to keep you stuck. So it seems like you're really coming out of the weeds of overwhelm, of being trapped within, needing to problem solve everything to the point of being depleted without getting anything done. Now, the external influences, we have the Page of Wands. I'm going to clarify this because it's kind of like, yes, you're looking and observing everything. That's kind of what the Page of Wands does. But let me see what else is going on externally this month. Seven of Swords. Okay, so like, is there something that you're trying to do quietly? I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just you might have some stuff going on that you're like, I'd really like to keep this under wraps, or shadowed out, or not have blasted open right this moment. And that's completely okay. So I'm just getting that, the Seven of Swords is, you're probably looking at what you're doing and wanting to build behind the scenes or make moves that aren't like public, whatever public looks like for you. So I don't know, this is kind of a funky blend right here. I think that the trick is, it's okay if you're not really blatant with all of the actions that you're taking, but remember, you don't want to get caught up in over processing. There needs to be less of that this month, and that's really the ticket to success, is not over processing, overthinking. Now, hopes and fears, we have the High Priestess. So whatever it is that you kind of have sitting in your third eye, your mind's eye, your vision for yourself moving forward, that seems to be the desire. How you go about it, like maybe it has something to do with career or money or relationships or whatever it is that you have kind of sitting in the back of your mind as far as what you're manifesting. And so I see you as really wanting that to bear fruit in some capacity. So it's kind of like, yes, it will. It's just like the timing issue. Not everyone's timing is going to come together unanimously. It's something that is going to be building in there's like just different containers that people are going to be building in. So whatever it is that you're like visualizing for yourself, that's kind of the hope. I think that's the primary motivation. Again, the desires, the heart-centered, what is it that I really want, is the driving force. The outcome of August, we have the King of Chalices, right? So mastery over the desires, mastery over this is what I want, this is what I need, this is where I'm going, and feeling your way into creation, ultimately. So the feelings are the things that you will create. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, you manifest what you embody, and embodiment is tied to feelings. If you haven't listened to that episode of my podcast, you definitely should, because that can help some of you who are focused on manifestation. And that's what the King of Chalices is reflecting here. Now let's get into the timeline. So this is the first quarter of August. We have the Three of Cups. You seem to have a lot more help than you realize or support. This is like friendships, celebration, having a good time. So I think you really do have good people around you that are supporting you and kind of cheering you on. This could also be you taking a break and just relaxing or hanging out with friends, doing something fun. So that's kind of the energy that's sitting in the front of the month. Second quarter, we have the moon. I don't know, am I making the right decisions? Am I making the right choices? Is this the best move for me? You know, that's typical. Anytime you start taking action that is uncomfortable or that's new, or if you feel like you have sea legs, it's normal to experience that moon experience the Neptune feeling of kind of being super galactic or not having a whole lot of clarity and grounded feelings in being supported or rooted in an idea that's going to move you forward. So it's a little bit of the uncertainty. Don't allow this to derail you. You want to focus on the feeling. That's what the King of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices are here to remind you. You want to focus on the feeling of what you want to experience, not the earth problem. Not is this going to pan out exactly how I want to when I want to? That's going to trip you up every time. So you have to stay the course even if you're feeling like you don't know what you're doing. You have to continue taking action and moving forward and cultivating those feelings of what you want, even when this comes up. The third quarter, we have the Five of Wands. That friction is so important. I love this card so much. The Five of Wands is my favorite if you don't know that, because it will help. It's what enables you to gain traction and actually make progress. So the figuring things out, the internal squabble, or you know, the roughness kind of rubbing against itself is what helps you to problem solve, get things done, make things happen. So this seems to be an internal experience because, like I said, this uncertainty pops up and then it becomes, am I taking right action? When in reality, it doesn't really matter. If you're cultivating the feelings that you want to experience, you can trust that more than am I taking, like, am I on the wrong path? I get asked that all the time. And in reality, that does not exist. It's just that things are going to shift as a result of whatever actions you have and emotions that you're embodying. So you want to blend those two together, but trust your feelings more than your skepticism around the actions paying off, if that makes sense. Let's wrap up this month with Four of Pentacles. So I see this as you retrieving your energy and recouping. It's not a bad thing at all. I know this can be like a scarcity or poverty card. That's not what I'm getting here. This is actually about you having done so much work that you're trying to reel it in. Like you need to reel in all of that energy that you've spent, all of that time that you've given. You're pouring it back into yourself. So I see this as kind of like expansion and then kind of coming back together, coming back within. That makes sense. You have the happy home card sitting here. And this is like reason to celebrate stability, all of your plans coming to life. It's just that because it's an oncoming position, we don't know when it's going to manifest, and you can't focus on that. You're really going to be in a bad spot if you're wanting it now. You need to just stick to the feelings and allow the matter to organize itself around you as a result of the feelings that you're having. Okay, let's do a 3-card pick. So you guys know the drill. You are welcome to pick a card, any card. You can ask a question, ask for clarity, guidance, whatever. You can pick as few or as many cards as you'd like. Okay, card number 1. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so lots of plates spinning. It's also a lot of different possibilities. I see this as just a very strict reminder of what I told you before with not getting too caught up in overthinking everything, because it's gonna get you into analysis paralysis, and that's not a good place to be, because it's gonna stunt you. So instead, it's just about you bringing your energy center within yourself, keeping that within your own body. And that's going to be the place where you can make decisions from. If you're too stuck in, well, contemplating the decisions or contemplating the possibilities, that's not going to be a good space to stick in for a long time. So you want to focus on what are the feelings of the thing that you're trying to do or trying to create or trying to get. Card number 2, we have the 5 of Wands. Friction, that's what's going to help you. You need the friction, you need the uncertainty of how is this going to work out? How am I going to solve this problem? You have to have it. That's what's going to push you in the right ways, in the right position. So it's going to create that momentum. So kind of trust, if you're falling into any like obstacles right now, or if that's coming up for you, I think you can trust it a little bit more than you are. It's not a bad thing. It's helping you to take action and move forward. And then card number 3, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Man, you've done a lot of hard work, and it seems like it's really paying off here with this 9 of Pentacles. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy how much work you've put in. Just kind of take some moments to like sit in gratitude with that. You don't need to rush to the next thing right this moment. It's something that you're obviously going to build if, you know, your hard work has paid off so far, so you can trust that that's going to continue. It's going to bear fruit. You know, no need to put a rush order on it. Just stick to it, because this is where you're really going to see continual payoff. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, following me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. Don't forget, if you would like to check out the meditations that I offer, if you'd like to sharpen your intuition, I have some stuff on that as well. Don't forget to check out the podcast. The link is in the description box. And as always, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you know that I'm always available to work with you. We can do some healing, some energetic work, all that good stuff. So check that out, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.